Today we will talk about a topic that intrigues us all. How do you know if someone likes you, but is trying not to show it? Human behavior is a mystery, and sometimes the signs are not as clear as we would like, especially when it comes to love. Someone might be sneaking glances at you, blushing when you're around, or looking for excuses to talk to you. But what does all this mean? Does he really like you? Or is he just being nice? In this video, we will reveal 13 common signs that someone likes you but is trying to hide it. Deciphering the signs of interest can be complicated, but don't worry. Join me until the end, so you can discover how to interpret non-verbal language and the signs that someone likes you. Let's explore together those gestures that, although subtle, are extremely powerful in conveying interest. 1. They smile when see you. Have you noticed how a simple smile can transform your day? A smile is not limited to being a mere instinctive reflex or an automatic response to an external stimulus. Sometimes this facial expression hides a much deeper meaning, revealing emotions and feelings that go beyond words. This seemingly simple gesture can be a real window into your feelings, but have you ever wondered what's really behind those smiles? Imagine that you arrive at a place and that person barely sees you arrive and gives you genuine and spontaneous smiles. Smiles that say 1,000 words, revealing an attraction that cannot be completely hidden. When someone gives us a constant smile, they are not only giving us a kind and courteous gesture, but they are also transmitting, in a subtle but unmistakable way, a feeling of special affection and appreciation towards us. This non-verbal signal can be a clear indicator that the person smiling at us feels a deep emotional connection with us and enjoys our company. While a smile can be an indication of affection, it is important to remember that it is not always an unequivocal sign of the other person's feelings. A constant smile not only reveals the feelings of the person who emits it, but it can also act as an invitation to reciprocity. When someone smiles at us, our brain naturally releases oxytocin, a hormone that predisposes us to feel happy and connected to the other person. This can prompt us to smile back, creating a positive cycle of social interaction and strengthening the bonds between us. Close your eyes and transport your mind to the moment when someone smiled at you that way. What did you feel? Remember the feeling that invaded you at that moment. Probably a wave of warmth ran through your body, accompanied by an inexplicable joy. Perhaps you even perceived a subtle signal inside you, an intuition that whispered to you that this connection deserved to be explored and deepened. And here comes an important question. How have you responded? Reciprocity can be the key to unlocking not only what you feel, but also strengthening the bonds that already exist. But how can you tell if these smiles are really signs of genuine interest? To fully understand the meaning of this expression, we must consider other factors such as the context in which it occurs, the body language and the facial expressions that accompany it. Observe carefully every detail of that smile, the curvature of her lips, the brightness of her eyes, the warmth that emanated from her face. Beyond a simple greeting or a polite smile, there are subtle signs that can reveal deeper interest on the part of another person. If you notice that her smile is accompanied by an illuminated face and intensely shining eyes, it is a clear indication that your presence has a special effect on her. These gestures, although subtle, are a way of expressing that your company is valued and appreciated. The next time you meet this person, don't hesitate to return the gesture of kindness. Observe what happens when you reflect that warmth. This simple action could open the doors to endless possibilities. Maybe by offering a warm, genuine gesture, you can cultivate a new friendship, a connection based on empathy and mutual respect that could enrich your life in unexpected ways. Or perhaps this simple act of kindness leads to something deeper, a feeling of love that you didn't even imagine possible, a connection that transcends words and is expressed through looks, touch, and company. The smile, as a universal facial expression, transcends the barriers of language and culture, becoming a bridge of communication that allows us to connect with others on a deeper and more intimate level. 2. They play with their hair. Have you ever noticed how small gestures can reveal a lot about someone's feelings? In the dance of conversation, words are notes that weave a melody of ideas. But sometimes, between the verbal chords, a subtler language sneaks in, a gestural whisper that reveals hidden emotions. I am referring to the act of stroking the hair while talking, a seemingly casual gesture that can be an indication of interest, a silent signal that the heart sends through the hands. Imagine the scene. You are face to face with someone, immersed in a conversation that flows like a calm river. Suddenly, your interlocutor raises a hand and, with an almost imperceptible movement, begins to comb his hair. The fingers slide between the strands, separating them delicately as if seeking to intertwine words and hair. This seemingly banal gesture can hide a deeper meaning. In body language, touching your hair is associated with the desire to please, to attract the attention of the interlocutor. It is an unconscious form of flirting, an attempt to highlight one's own beauty and arouse the interest of the other. The hands, such powerful instruments of expression, become brushes that draw a subtle invitation on the canvas of the hair. The fingers run through the strands gently, as if caressing the soul, revealing an attraction that words cannot always express. Of course, this gesture does not always have a romantic meaning. Sometimes it simply reflects nervousness, the need to calm anxiety, or to gain time to think about the next sentence. However, when combined with other indicators of interest, such as sustained eye contact or a shy smile, it can be a sure sign that something else is going on beneath the surface of the conversation. So the next time you notice someone stroking their hair while talking to you, pay attention. It may not just be a casual gesture, but a silent message that invites you to explore the depths of the connection that is being woven between you. Playing with your hair can be an unconscious way to attract attention, to beautify yourself in your presence. It is as if the person is saying without words, "I want to look good for you." 3. Body language. Have you ever wondered how you can say so much without saying a single word? Beyond the words spoken, there is a silent but eloquent language that transmits emotions, intentions, and attitudes. Body language. Through gestures, facial expressions, posture, and movements, we can communicate crucial information that complements and even contradicts what we say verbally. This nonverbal language has extraordinary power to influence the perception that others have of us. A genuine smile can generate confidence and empathy, while a slouched posture can convey insecurity or disinterest. Our posture and body movements during an interaction can convey valuable information about our intentions and feelings toward the person we are interacting with. A simple gesture such as leaning forward indicates interest and attention, while crossing your arms can suggest distrust. Even the direction of our feet can reveal who we are paying more attention to or where we want to go. When someone leans toward you during a conversation, it usually indicates interest and attention. It is as if the person is telling you, "I am here with you, completely committed to what you are saying." This gesture creates a feeling of closeness and personal connection that can make a difference in how the conversation flows. Among the most common nonverbal signals is the position of our arms, which can reveal a lot about our mood and disposition. While crossing your arms is often interpreted as a physical and psychological barrier that indicates distance or defense, the act of uncrossing them conveys a completely opposite message. By uncrossing our arms, we open our torso and expose a vulnerable part of our body, which is perceived as a gesture of trust and openness. In this way, we eliminate the physical barrier that the crossed posture represents, and we are more receptive to interaction with others. This nonverbal signal is especially significant in social contexts, where communication and collaboration are essential. By uncrossing our arms, we indicate to our interlocutors that we are willing to listen to them, understand them, and collaborate with them. We often overlook our feet, considering them mere walking limbs. However, these silent communicators can reveal valuable information about our thoughts and feelings, especially when it comes to personal interest. The direction our feet are pointing can be one of the most honest indicators of attraction and genuine interest. When someone's feet are pointed towards us, it is a nonverbal signal that suggests that they are paying attention, that they are engaged in the conversation, and that they have a real interest in what we have to say. This open posture indicates that the person feels comfortable and receptive, creating an environment conducive to connection and mutual understanding. Now, think about how you can use these signals to your advantage. By understanding and appropriately responding to body language, you can not only improve your communication skills and forge deeper connections. Additionally, they help you be aware of your own body language and be more accessible to others. Try to keep an open posture and point your feet toward the person you are talking to. Small changes like these can send strong signals that you are interested and open to new relationships and experiences. 4. Mirroring your body language. If when you cross your arms the person in front of you does the same, it's not just a coincidence. Mirroring gestures and postures is a sign that someone is in tune with you. This automatic action means, I am connected to you and comfortable in your company. These signals are not just random movements, they are part of a complex dance of non-verbal communication that speaks directly to the subconscious. They indicate that the person is not only listening, but is also prepared to respond and adapt to your presence in a positive way. So the next time you are in a conversation, pay more attention and observe their movements, and if you can detect these signs. Furthermore, try to respond in the same way. If the person is mirroring your gestures, try changing yours to see if they do the same. It's a fun and subtle way to test the connection, mutual interest, and whether there is real chemistry. Now, why not take the next step? Something like starting a new topic of conversation, proposing a meeting, an outing, or simply sharing something. These gestures can open doors to deeper, more meaningful relationships. Understanding these unconscious cues not only improves your people reading skills, but also makes you more aware of how you communicate with the world around you. It is an essential component of personal growth and interpersonal relationships. 5. Expose the neck. Have you ever stopped to think about the power of a simple gesture like exposing your neck? This movement may seem casual, but in the language of attraction, it has significant weight. The neck, that vulnerable and sensual area that connects the head to the torso, becomes a canvas for non-verbal expression when exposed. Beyond its biological function, the neck becomes a transmitter of emotions and intentions, revealing hidden aspects of the personality. A simple tilt of the head to the side while enjoying a joke can be a subtle sign of flirting or complicity. Exposing our neck creates an opening that invites social interaction. Clothing also plays an important role in neck exposure. A pronounced neckline or a garment that exposes it not only seeks to attract attention, but can also convey security, confidence, and even a touch of rebellion. Likewise, the way you wear your hair, whether up or down on your shoulders, can also be an indication of the intentions of the person wearing it. A clear neck can suggest an open and receptive attitude, while one covered by hair can indicate shyness or disinterest. The neck, in its silent eloquence, tells us about emotions, desires, and intentions that words cannot always express. It is a non-verbal language that invites us to decipher its hidden messages, to understand the stories hidden behind its subtle exposition. But why is this so relevant? The neck reveals much more than you think. Its exhibition not only denotes confidence in oneself and the environment, but also transmits a subtle signal of comfort and openness towards the person with whom one interacts. Imagine that you are on a date or in a casual meeting. The person accompanying you tilts his head towards you, exposing his neck. This seemingly insignificant gesture could be a powerful signal indicating attraction and security. By exposing their neck, the person becomes vulnerable, which can be interpreted as a sign of trust and openness towards you. It's as if she's silently saying, I'm receptive to this interaction. I feel comfortable and safe with you. And now, what would happen if we, as conscious observers, began to notice these details? We could learn a lot about the comfort and feelings of the people around us. Observing these signals can help us better understand the intentions and emotions of others, facilitating more effective and empathetic communication. And here are some questions for you to reflect on. How do you react when someone shows this type of openness? Do you respond in a way that reinforces this trust? Do you show openness and receptivity? This reciprocity can be the key to developing deeper, more meaningful relationships. For those looking to improve their social skills, paying attention to these subtle signs is crucial. They can indicate not only interest, but also comfort and trust. By recognizing these signs, you can become more adept at creating true connections so that the next time you notice neck exposure in conversation, you can see it as an opportunity, an invitation to participate more meaningfully. Remember, every gesture has meaning, and learning to read these signals can enrich your daily interactions, whether you are looking to deepen existing relationships or build new ones. Understanding body language is a powerful tool, and who knows, maybe the next gesture of exposing your neck will be the start of something special. 6. Fleeting glances. You have realized, a quick look can mean a lot. The fleeting glances that are directed towards you are not simple coincidences. They are windows that open to a world of emotions and intentions. They are subtle and mysterious brushstrokes that draw a message that only you can decipher. Behind those quick glances lies a harmonious dance between interest and mystery. It is an invitation to connect, to establish a bond without words, to explore the possibility of something more. But what is really behind those fleeting glances? Are they just a flash of curiosity, or do they hide a deeper desire? The answer lies in the intensity, duration, and context of those looks. A fleeting but sustained glance can be an indication of attraction. A quick flash followed by a shy smile can reveal a spark of interest, and a furtive glance that quickly averts can suggest shyness or insecurity. Pay attention to the subtle cues around you. Observe the way they look at you, how they behave when you are around, and how they react to your actions. The language of the eyes is a complex code, but with a little attention and insight, you can decipher its meaning and discover the emotions hidden behind those fleeting glances. These glances, often so quick that they go unnoticed, are like gusts of wind that reveal what is hidden behind a veil of indifference. They are like windows that open for an instant, offering a glimpse into the soul of whoever throws them. But despite their brevity, they are loaded with meaning. In them, you can read a multitude of emotions: curiosity, desire, disdain, even love. They are like coded messages that can only be deciphered by those who are paying attention. What makes them even more intriguing is how quickly they move away, as if the person throwing them fears being discovered. It's as if they know they've revealed too much, that they've exposed a part of themselves they didn't want to show. But no matter how much they try to hide it, these furtive glances always leave their mark. They remain engraved in our memory, inviting us to speculate about their meaning, to wonder what is really happening in the other person's mind. Now let's take this to a practical context. Imagine you are at a social event, or perhaps in a cafe. If you notice someone throwing these quick glances in your direction, it could be a silent invitation for an interaction. How could you respond? Maybe returning your gaze, offering a smile, or even starting a conversation. Each of these answers can open a door to new possibilities of connection. The art of noticing these glances also speaks of your sensitivity and social perception. By becoming more aware of these subtle cues, you can position yourself as insightful and emotionally intelligent. This not only improves your interactions, but also enhances your attractiveness in the eyes of others. 7. Licking lips. Have you ever noticed how revealing small gestures can be? Licking your lips, for example, may seem like an unconscious act or simply an attempt to keep your lips moisturized, but there is often much more behind this gesture. Let's discover together what it means. Licking the lips, far from being a purely instinctive act or a simple strategy to moisten them, contains a range of meanings that range from attraction to nervousness, through anticipation, or even a simple habit. In the field of interpersonal relationships, lip licking can become an unmistakable sign of flirtation and romantic interest. A subtle but effective gesture that, combined with sustained eye contact, mischievous smiles, or flirtatious body language, can convey a clear message of attraction to another person. In situations that generate stress or unrest, licking your lips becomes an unconscious mechanism to self-soothe and manage tension, a gesture that is frequently observed in students before an exam, athletes before a competition, or in people facing an uncomfortable social situation. The anticipation of a sensory pleasure, such as savoring a delicious meal, or enjoying a refreshing drink, or even a kiss, can also be manifested through lip licking. It is a gesture that reflects the emotion and desire that arouses the expectation of the pleasant experience that is coming. Yeah, you heard right. This simple act of wetting the lips with the tongue can be a subtle indicator that someone is thinking about a more intimate moment. He is preparing himself, not only emotionally, but also physically. But why does this happen when we are nervous or attracted to someone? The answer is simple. Our body reacts in ways that sometimes we cannot fully control. Lip licking is one of these reactions. It's a way to keep our lips primed for action, but it can also be a non-verbal signal to the person who piques our interest, indicating that we are more open to a close connection. Imagine this situation. You are on a date, and you notice that the person in front of you is licking their lips while maintaining eye contact. This could be an unconscious invitation to come closer, or a sign that he enjoys your company. So you're feeling a little anxious about what's to come, and here's a tip. If you notice this gesture and feel like there's a mutual connection, why not relax the moment with a smile or a kind comment? These small actions can help ease tension and make the moment more comfortable for both of you. Additionally, being aware of these signs can enrich your body language reading skills and help you better understand the emotions and intentions of those around you. And if you're on the other side, trying to impress someone, remember this: being natural is key. 8. Nervousness. Have you ever felt nervous around someone you admire or for whom you have special feelings? This nervousness can manifest itself in several ways: sweaty palms, a voice that is a little shakier than usual, or even constant restlessness. But what can these signs really be? When someone shows nervousness in your presence, it may very well be an indicator of the affection you provoke in them. This anxiety can be a clear sign that this person cares deeply about the impression they leave on you and wants to present themselves in the best light possible. But why does the body react this way? Nervousness is a natural response of our system. When we are faced with a situation that we consider important, our heart races, our palms may sweat, and sometimes our voice falters, and all because we want to be well considered by the person we care about. Imagine being on a date with someone you really like. If you notice these signs of nervousness, consider them not as a negative point but as evidence that you are special to this person. This is an opportunity to show empathy and calm, helping her feel more comfortable. But how should you respond to these signals? A good start is to calm her down. A reassuring smile, light conversation, or simply a calm environment can do wonders to relieve tension. Not only do you help the other person relax, but you also strengthen the connection between you, showing that you are someone they can feel safe with. Additionally, being aware of these cues can help you better navigate your social relationships. Recognizing nervousness in others can be a powerful tool for understanding their feelings and reactions and responding in a more sensitive and informed way. 9. Remember small details. Isn't it amazing how small details can make a big difference in human relationships? When someone remembers specific aspects of your life, it not only shows attention, but also a conscious effort to understand and connect with you in a more intimate and meaningful way. Think about, when was the last time someone mentioned something small you had shared? Maybe an important event for you, or even your favorite ice cream flavor. How did you feel? Probably valued and remembered, right? That's the power of paying attention to details. Remembering small details can transform casual interactions into lasting connections. When someone does this, they are saying without words, "You are important to me." This is a powerful way to strengthen bonds and build trust. And make no mistake, this skill is very powerful and is not only useful in personal relationships, but also in professional and social contexts. Show that you are someone who listens and genuinely cares. But how can you cultivate this skill? Start by simply paying more attention during conversations, listening not only to what is said, but also how it is said, and making a conscious effort to remember these details. You could even take notes after important meetings to help remember crucial details the next time you meet. Also, you can use these details wisely by mentioning something that the person likes, like talking about an upcoming event, details about music, sports, favorite food. It is important. Not only does it break the ice, it also creates a personal connection. For example, sending a message wishing good luck on a presentation or asking about a special event or a birthday wish shows people that you really care. So the next time you interact with someone, try to remember a detail that the person mentioned before. You might be surprised at how positive the response will be. Remember that this practice not only improves your relationships but also enriches your life, making you a more thoughtful and conscious person. 10. Choose to sit close to you. Have you ever noticed how some people always choose to sit near you, whether at work, school, or in social settings? This seemingly simple gesture can have a deep meaning that reveals a desire for closeness and an openness to engage in more intimate conversations. When someone opts for a seat next to you, even when other options are available, it is not just a matter of convenience. It is not a coincidence. This conscious decision goes beyond simple comfort and holds a deeper meaning. By choosing that particular seat, the person is giving off a non-verbal signal that indicates their interest in you. It's a subtle way of expressing that you want to start an interaction, whether it's for a friendly conversation, a professional exchange, or even something more personal. This choice also reflects a certain self-confidence. The person feels confident in their ability to connect with you and establish a relationship, whether brief or long-lasting. It is an invitation to start a dialogue, to explore a possible bond, and to create a shared memory in heaven. This act of positioning yourself physically closer can facilitate direct communication and show that you feel comfortable in your presence. Think about how you feel when someone decides to sit next to you. You probably see it as a sign that the person enjoys your company and wants to interact with you. This not only increases your self-esteem, but also your confidence during the interaction, knowing that there is a mutual interest in maintaining the conversation. And here is something interesting to consider. While physical closeness can facilitate communication, it is not the only factor that determines the quality and tone of a conversation. Seat choice can also influence the quality and tone of the conversation. Being physically closer makes it easier to share ideas and feelings in a more natural and less forced way. This can be particularly useful in situations where you're trying to build stronger relationships, whether with co-workers, classmates, or new friends at social events. In the context of building strong relationships, seating choice can be a strategic tool to foster trust and openness. By sitting closer, we reduce physical and psychological barriers, creating a more intimate environment conducive to sharing ideas, feelings, and experiences. So, how should you respond if someone chooses to sit next to you? You can see it as an opportunity to deepen the relationship, engage in meaningful conversations, show interest in the other person's ideas, and share a little more about yourself. This reciprocity not only validates the other person's interest, but also strengthens the connection between you. Additionally, being aware of this dynamic can help you be more strategic in your own seating choices. In situations where you want to strengthen ties with someone, choosing a nearby seat can be a clear signal of your intentions and open doors to more enriching dialogues. 11. Indirect praise. Have you ever received a compliment that, although it doesn't directly refer to you as a person, makes you feel incredibly valued? Indirect compliments, such as those related to your work or style, are powerful communication tools that subtly reveal interest and admiration. These compliments are carefully chosen to convey admiration without necessarily exposing yourself completely. It's a smart and respectful way to express gratitude, especially in contexts where direct praise may seem too strong or inappropriate. Consider, for example, a co-worker who comments on the clarity and accuracy of your presentation, or a friend who constantly makes positive comments about your fashion sense. These are not just empty comments. They are indications that the person pays attention to you and values your qualities and efforts. Indirect praise can be particularly effective because it creates an atmosphere of positivity and recognition without putting the other person in a vulnerable position. So, how can you respond to these compliments in a way that strengthens this emerging connection? Gratitude is always a good starting point. Sincerely acknowledging those comments not only shows your appreciation, but also encourages continued positive exchange. Returning a similar backhanded compliment can help establish common ground and increase mutual respect. In addition to being a recipient of indirect compliments, you can use this technique on your own. By choosing to give compliments that focus on specific aspects of someone's actions or choices, you are opening doors to richer communication and a deeper relationship while maintaining a level of discretion and subtlety. So, the next time you want to express interest or admiration for someone, consider using a backhanded compliment. It's an elegant way to show that you are attentive and that you value not only what the person does, but how they do it. 12. Seek your attention. Have you ever noticed someone going the extra mile to get your attention? Maybe telling jokes to make you laugh, sharing captivating stories, or discussing topics they know you love. These actions are more than just gestures of communication. They are clear indicators of interest and attempts to create a deeper connection. When someone goes out of their way to get your attention, it shows that they value your presence and opinion. It can be as simple as someone bringing up a topic you like, or even altering their behavior to better align with what they think interests you. These are subtle but very meaningful ways to say, "I care about what you think, and I want to be closer to you." But why is it important to notice these signs? Recognizing when someone is trying to get your attention can open doors to more meaningful relationships. It is an opportunity for you to respond in a way that can strengthen this emerging bond. For example, if someone brings up a topic of interest to you, engaging in that conversation not only shows that you appreciate their effort, but also encourages a richer dialogue and more authentic exchange. Being aware of these cues can help you be more empathetic in your daily interactions. This can be particularly useful in work and social settings, where understanding these dynamics can significantly improve your interpersonal relationships. Can you use this information to your advantage if you notice someone trying to get your attention? The answer is yes. Actively consider how you can participate in a way that recognizes and appreciates their efforts. It enhances the current interaction and can also lay the foundation for a lasting friendship or productive collaboration. And if you're trying to get someone's attention, remember to be genuine in your efforts. People can easily sense when gestures are forced. Focusing on shared interests and being yourself are the best strategies for forming true, lasting connections. 13. They work hard to improve their appearance. Have you ever noticed that someone looks especially handsome when they are around you? Beyond simple routine, a subtle change in physical appearance can reveal intentions that go beyond the everyday. A more elaborate touch of makeup than usual, choosing more elegant clothing, or applying a striking perfume can be signs that indicate a desire to make a positive impression. These efforts are not mere coincidences. They are conscious gestures that denote concern for the image that is projected to others. The person seeks to look good and feel confident with the intention of creating a favorable impression. Behind this dedication lies a genuine interest in the other person. It is a form of subtle flirting, a way to attract attention and spark interest. It is important to pay attention to these non-verbal cues, as they can reveal emotions and feelings that the person does not express directly. When someone goes out of their way to improve their appearance in your presence, this denotes a genuine interest in you and a desire to earn your admiration. In environments where initial interaction is crucial, such as social media or romantic dating, the way we communicate is profoundly affected by the quest to make a favorable impression and generate attraction. On social media, where the image and short text are the main elements, the way we present ourselves, the photos we choose and the language we use are carefully selected to project an idealized image of ourselves. We seek to capture the attention of other users, generate interest, and establish connections. The first digital impression is essential, as it can determine whether someone decides to follow us, interact with our content, or even start a private conversation. In the romantic context, physical attraction plays a primary role in initial attraction. The way we present ourselves physically, our appearance, gestures, and body language are key elements that influence the perception that others have of us. In both cases, communication is permeated by the need to make a positive impression and generate attraction. It is important to be aware of these tendencies and strive to maintain honest and genuine communication, even in situations where the pressure to make a good impression is high. Authenticity and transparency are key to building lasting and meaningful relationships, both online and in person. But what does this really mean for interpersonal relationships? When someone takes the time and effort to please us, they are transmitting a message that goes beyond the superficial. This type of behavior can be interpreted as a sign that the person seeks our approval, wants to establish a deeper connection, or simply thinks highly of us. It can be a subtle way of telling you, "I care what you think of me." By projecting a positive and careful image, we are communicating that we value your opinion. By taking the time and effort to impress us, they are showing us that we are important to them and that they value our presence in their lives. Additionally, this gesture can indicate a level of respect and esteem, demonstrating that the person is willing to invest time and effort to please and impress you. This can be very flattering and, if acknowledged, can strengthen bonds and increase reciprocity in the relationship. So, how should you react when you notice someone putting extra effort into their appearance? A good way is to express admiration, or a simple compliment can go a long way, showing that you noticed and appreciated the effort. Not only does this make the person feel good, but it can also encourage more positive interactions in the future. If you're on the other side of this equation, remember that authenticity is crucial, although it is important, because in order to present yourself well, it is also vital that you feel comfortable and true to your own image. Balancing looking good and feeling authentic is key to genuine and meaningful interactions. Remember that these are just some of the most common signs. Not all people express them in the same way. If you've identified with some of these signs, your crush may have feelings for you too. The important thing is that you pay attention to their behavior in general and how it makes you feel. If you notice several of these signs, there's a good chance he likes you, even if he's trying not to show it. Thank you for joining me on this eye-opening journey through complex and fascinating human behavior. By understanding and knowing how to respond to these subtle signals, you can forge meaningful relationships, discover the intentions of those who direct those charming gestures of interest toward you. If you liked this chapter, give us a like and subscribe to the channel. Leave us your opinions, discoveries, and experiences in the comments. Thank you for joining me. I invite you to continue with us so that we can walk together the path of knowledge of the wonderful complexity of human behavior.